metrics like we were expecting to see. We got like everything that we were expecting to happen. Then we just got to step back and the code.
We lost you, Vitor. Maybe turn off your video.
And we changed that. I think we changed a bit of some parts. Okay. Is it better? Okay. Is it better?
It is better. So we didn't hear almost anything that you said. Oh, and we still can't hear you. Oh, he's back. Hey, Vitor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Better.
It is better. Much better. So we didn't hear almost anything that you said.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yes. Oh, and we still can't hear you. No, we can hear you. Vitor.
What? Can you hear?
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, me and Saint, we did some changes in the code. So now it's behaving a little bit more as we expect. And then I'm going to show an analysis on how this is going on. So I think that's it.
Cool. Let's pass it to Santi. Santi, you're muted. Oh man, technical difficulties today. Let's go to Fabio.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you great.
Okay, I'm facing some connection issues as well because I'm the countryside of São Paulo. So starting by my distractions, probably you are hearing some roosters right here because I'm the countryside of São Paulo. So those are my distractions right now. And about intentions for the call, I would like to get an update about the front-end improvements made by Merlin, and also the back-end improvements made by Vitor. So it's basically it. Are you hearing me, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We heard you very well. Okay. And then I think that's everyone, right? Oh, Santi. Any luck on unmuting? No. That's okay. I think you and Vitor are syncing pretty well, and so we should be able to keep going. And it's too bad the live stream started right with some technical difficulties. Should have been later this time. Anyway, cool. So here's the agenda, and I actually think it'd be fun to hear the narrative update first, if you guys don't mind, Danny and Lauren, and then I'd be curious to hear the updates from Marco on the illustrations, and then we can do the front end and back end updates.
Okay, so I'm just seeing that I'm tagged in a few issues that have been resolved. So most of the ones that I already created, I'm just going through those right now and verifying that they meet what was requested. And then there's quite a few sections that I've been going through that need a bit of rewrite. There's one section entirely that's duplicated from page to page. So kind of been working on that to rewrite it and figure it out. I haven't posted that issue yet. I engaged Lauren because last week we had a conversation about glossaries and things, and we thought that would be something that we could get delegated. So Lauren's looked over everything and is excited to do it, but it looks like you kind of put in what was needed already. So she wasn't real clear how to address those issues. So just so you guys know, I'm probably going to be away for a few days, but Lauren's up to date and we'll be able to keep working on this after we work on it today. So there will be a pretty full batch of issues that we have put together today. If there's anything that you need feedback on right now, I'd love to know about it. But like I said, I'm just getting on after a couple days, so what my update is more where can I help you guys keep moving the best with what you already have, and then get the new issues in here for you today.
Cool.
I will say that there's a substantial bit of change I'd like to do to make the story flow better. And as we've been studying it, that's what became apparent. Is we need to actually go back to the original narrative and find how to rephrase things so that it explains the story and the glossary terms clearly.
Yeah, and like what I was looking at, because Daniel asked me to be making like a glossary, but then there were the separate issues in GitHub that were like for funding pool, token price, sentiment, like explanations for these things, but then it also seemed like there were already explanations there. And then I wasn't sure if I was supposed to create a glossary for like the whole thing or just to interpret the graphs, but I couldn't really understand like what was going on with the graphs, like what I was looking at and then what to explain. So yeah, I'm happy to put effort and energy into things, but I just don't really know where to direct that.
Yeah, if I may just quickly jump in here regarding the glossary, and I think it was just meant to be like to interpret the graphs mostly, and I imagine that would be like a couple of terms that would be shown on the graph themselves, so that the people know like what each of this metric means, and that's basically it. But yeah. I think that would be all for the glossary.
Just to jive off that, yeah, I wrote something. I spent less than 60 seconds on it, and I was hoping just to make sure that you didn't try to just mostly to make sure that you didn't misinterpret what it was, but that's context. That final copy needs to be probably a little bit better. And,
okay, I can do that then.
Yeah, and the token price, I knew you wouldn't have a problem with that, but what the fuck is sentiment? What is funding pool? I figured I could spend 60 seconds and save you half an hour, you know?
Right.
And then also thinking about how to incorporate this with the graphs, which I kind of put to Santi. And Santi, are you there? No? Vitor, maybe.
Santi told said in the chat that he's dealing with some things at work right now, and that he'll be in listening mode.
Okay, that's cool. So we need one of the things here, the goal of this last screen, and I made an epic here because we're kind of far from it being done. The goal of this last screen is to give something for the user to look at and then make a decision on whether or not their parameters gave good results. So for each graph, we need to show what the good results look like. And that's going to be our own opinion. We are designing the game. We get to decide what wins. So maybe for the funding pool, we say that we want lots of proposal passing and a number that's going slightly up, you know? Maybe for token price, it's kind of easy, number go up. Maybe for sentiment, maybe it's easy, number go up. We just have to find some good examples of those graphs, ideally with real numbers that were put in that show someone what a good graph looks like. And Vitor, are you going to be able to do that? You and Santi?
You mean like having these graphs?
Yeah. And basically having this kind of aligns with something that's not actually in the sprint at all, but getting to the point where we can give everybody a score for their sentiment graph, their funding pool graph, and their token price graph.
I think there are two things. Like one, getting to this result, I think we are really close because now, like the token price is kind of right; it's going up. Our sentiment is better. I think we need only a few fine tunes to make it not keep going up all the time. But I think we can make it. And I think the other part is like getting a overall score of it. But I think Santi maybe have some ideas for that.
Okay.
But I think we can do it.
That's cool. Yeah, and then this also, Fabio and Merlin, Merlin's working on getting the graphs to the from the previous level to replace the ones with the multiple lines here. Like and so this last epic here that I'm showing is like, it's kind of a wild combination of everyone working together. You know, this is our moment to be a team because Lauren, you know, your sentences that come up, they should only be probably 1 or 2 sentences that just explain what a funding pool is, what the token price is, and maybe how it relates. That's going to just go on top of the graphs that Vitor and Santi come up with that are good, but that Merlin and Fabio are turning into like a real front end. So yeah, issue number 26 is like, it's a party issue.
Yeah, maybe I have some question for later.
No, now is the moment, Merlin.
In fact, I've done some changes to make the result graph seems like the first one. I can show you my screen, and maybe
Sure.
it could be better. Yeah. Sorry. Oh no. I have to open my system preferences. I think it will quit.
Oh, well, if you want, I could try sharing. Is it live on the, or are you running locally?
No, it's not live.
Okay. Well, you can give it a shot and come back.
Yeah, I think. Continue. Sorry.
No worries. Okay. So sorry, we kind of derailed your narrative update, but is there anything else, Lauren and Danny? Any specific issues you guys want clarification on or anything like that?
No, we don't have that right now.
Okay, cool.
I mean, ultimately, you guys are going to have a lot of clarification for us over the next few days, probably.
Perfect. Then, cool. Well, Marco, I know you came up with a bunch of new pictures.
Yeah, I did. I did post them on. See them already or not? But I can share my screen quickly, Figma file, and you can view them directly there if you want.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you see my Figma?
Yeah.
Okay, so first on the intros, I replaced the one image where we had this guy in the universe where the text was not legible enough, so I changed it with this one. That's the best I could find that relates to the previous one that we had before. The second one that we had to change, where Danny, you commented on this one, where there was a person in the shadow standing. So instead of that person in the shadow, I put this image of, hands holding a moon or something like that. If it needs more like that, let me know. Feel free to comment in the GitHub issue, and I will search for another one. I think these two are the main ones. And then we have the good and bad future. And let me just scroll down here. And I have a couple of versions, actually 4 versions. So first, the good future, something like this. And just to make a note on this one, we do have content in the middle. So basically the image is more like a background image rather than something that is like displayed in the full screen, because we need to put the overlay the content on top of that. So it's just like something, I don't know if that's happy or not. But the second one is more like, a group of people standing together, sitting there and watching their world, and they're happy about it and something like that. I'm not sure how that image goes the whole overall mood and visual of the game, but I don't know. It's the best one I could find for now. And then this one here has nice happy colors. And then the bad future is this bad ugly guy here. He's really bad, like riots and all this kind of stuff. And then I think I have a second version where we have like this plastic wrapped women or I don't know how you call this. So like this is the second option. And by the way, you have both of these in the GitHub issue, and you can comment on each of these one there. But also I would like to get your feedback right now if you want.
Anybody have some feedback?
I actually really love the people holding hands looking out into the world. I like the happy blue green. I like the picture that's used on the good one, but I do feel like it should be more verdant and green. So that's why this one feels a lot better. It looks light. We're bringing back the sun, so I feel like I want to see that. Yeah, I like that a lot better. And then yeah, for the bad future, that's cool.
Both of them are cool, but I wonder about the plastic. This is the hashtag Me Too thing, and then like that just makes me ask a lot of questions. Like, why is the hashtag Me Too on the plastic people of the bad future?
Oh, you noticed that? I didn't even notice that. Hold on a second, let me check it. Ah, me too. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
it's just
and I
a
was
photo
like, I
that I
mean,
found.
political.
Like me too.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah,
it has a meaning. Yeah, it makes you wonder. Maybe that's a good thing. Yeah, maybe that's actually a good thing.
like a political statement.
I guess
Like, do not be ashamed. It said, "Do not be ashamed." Me too. Wow.
Yeah, because the Me Too movement was this like
that's pretty
kind
specific
of sort
to a
of
particular movement.
Yeah, with like the Me Too, I've been sexually assaulted. Me Too. So
okay. So we
we
don't want to
wonder
use
why it was there.
Okay, so we don't want to use that one. Maybe or rather this one.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess
I think we can find something better for the bad future.
Okay, can you just then tell
I will
me?
do it.
No, you don't have to find them. You can just give me the keywords. Like keywords are important for me, so that I can then search for those particular keywords, or maybe a sentence that describes something that I'm going to put.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it would be post-apocalyptic, right?
Yeah. Post-apocalyptic.
Yeah, but
living in caves, like living underground. I mean, basically the future that we described early, where it's like
it almost feels like we could circle back to like the very first slides in the intro.
Bunker.
One of these.
Yeah, something like what is it?
The sun has been blotted out.
Yeah, the one where it says the sun has been blotted out. And I can't. It's hard to read that number. It looks like number 3.
Number 3.
Yeah, number
Yeah.
3. Okay.
You know what? Even that one that you took out, the one with the guy staring out, that one that you removed and replaced with the hands and the moon, maybe that goes down to our bad future.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
bet.
yeah. Okay. This one, yeah, got it.
Except there's a city in the background with lights.
Well,
Well, that's what the outcome actually is in the bad future. We already know what the bad future is because we're sending somebody back from it, right?
Well, the bad future is only gamers survived.
Everyone's dead.
Yeah, only gamers survived and they're living in bunkers.
Then we have, hold on a second. We have something here.
Yeah, that.
Well, maybe we can reuse this one.
Yeah. And for the good future, it'd be really nice to see more of a solar punk future.
I know. I've been searching for solar punk.
Super happy Burning Man.
But they're kind of copyright protected and from some artists that created them, and I'm not sure if we can use them. And if I search like for, these are all free images, and if I search for those free images solar punk, I don't get much results. So I need to find something that looks like solar punk, but it's actually not, and then it's a little bit hard. But
yeah, well, there's probably a lot more under cyberpunk, and we could find the nice bright
cyberpunk. We do have a lot of, hold on a second, let me just share. There's cyberpunk, we have a lot of them, and I actually downloaded a lot of them already, but I just wasn't sure how happy that is. I just wanted something super happy, and those were not really happy.
Yeah,
they're really dark and neon and all this kind of stuff, and I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. I wasn't expecting it to be so urban.
I feel like it would be nice to have like green, landscapey, gardeny sort of sunshine times.
Yeah, but it's no, it's solar.
So I want to keep going though.
Yeah, keep going. I'm gonna unshare my screen.
Okay.
But thank you, and there are some GitHub issues. I moved those issues in. I moved the 2 issues that you mentioned into review.
Okay.
For the graphics, personally, I think they look great, the first 2. But I do think we can. I think the bad future and good future are tough. They're pretty critical. So. For the bad future, so I put these gamers in the bunker kind of thing. It's red, it's dark, and I think it's bad enough, but I'll keep searching. And then for the good future, definitely we need to find something better. And then keywords help. Cool. So so if anyone has any fun keywords that they want to add, definitely, this is issue, I think 45 is for review, and issue 44 is find a good picture. You're more than welcome to add some other keywords, or if you find a good picture, add it to the issue. Okay, I'll pass it to Fabio. I think you said that you wanted to do some updates on back end and front end.
I have some updates on my issues about the front-end development. So I will try to share my screen, but I'm not sure if it will work. Let me see.
One thing I haven't seen us actually push any updates to master that reflect on the simulator. Do you guys know have you pushed anything to master? And
we are working on branch development, so it will not be reflected on master. That's the reason.
Is there any way that we could start working on master or merge at least merge development into master?
Yep, we couldn't make it like it's just like a best practice to start working on the development branch, and then later move that into the master. But yeah, we have some. I think that one pull request was closed, and I'm not sure if this was merged to master, so we can think about it.
This is the thing I want to test this issue that because that conviction graph on level 5 isn't updated on the simulator.
Oh yeah, makes sense. Okay, but let me open my pull request. I was basically working on like text related issues and content improvements. So I've worked on about 10 or 11 issues. And now I'm looking for someone to review this. Maybe Merlin or Senti, I'm not sure who could make it because there are a lot of files changed and we have to make sure that everything is right. Oh, also I can show some of the, who is talking, Merlin?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that, yeah, I can check maybe this evening all the changes.
Oh,
okay.
Thank you, Merlin. You're a hero.
Thank you. I will assign you later after the call. But okay, I'm running the simulator locally, so I can walk through some of the changes. To be honest, I don't remember all of the changes that I made, but I've made some changes on this content. So Danny suggests a new text, so I updated. On intro, I'm not sure. I think that on intro 7 or 8, I changed the image that Marco showed like 10 seconds ago. It's already updated. So let me see. Okay, I think that this was updated as well. Danny suggests the text, the new text. Let me see. Oh, here on the intro, this landing page has new images. This one and this one, the fixed, and it has some more content like this one, like this title, what is commons, and also I fixed some typos here, but I really don't remember, and I think that didn't make sense to walk through this. So let's design the commons. Oh, this image was updated as well. And I updated the titles like here on the sidebar and also on the tab title. Let me see. Oh, now we have a slider here as Vitor suggested on the last call. It makes easier to understand what's the minimum value and what's the maximum value amount of proposals. And now I'm working on making the pools behavior work. Like it's better than before, but the gradient is not so good. Like you can check it out here. Let me give a zoom. Like the background is not so good. Like the designed by Marco. So I'm working on this right now. It's better because sorry.
On that slider where that you were just showing, when we were looking at this earlier, it appeared that they were filling the wrong way. It appeared that when I slid the slider towards a higher amount to the funding pool, that the cylinder filled on the reserve side.
This one?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Let me see.
Oh, yeah, no, it's
Oh, no,
it's
it's fine.
different now.
He fixed
Okay.
that. It's the other. You caught a great bug, but he's addressed it. Do you remember what
Okay,
that
great.
issue was?
Yeah, it's fixed. Now I'm working just on the gradient here. It's not so good, but it's working.
Do you guys
Any
remember
questions?
do you remember what that slider issue was, Danny? I know you made it. Do you remember any keywords I can find it with?
No, I didn't make the issue.
Oh.
So I don't know that. No, it seems it's confused. It was a little confusing. They were backwards to me. As I slid the slider towards the right to make the number go up a greater
Yeah.
percentage into the funding pool went smaller, but now they're flipped. They're moved to opposite sides. It still feels a little funny. Like if I'm moving my slider to the right, I see the funding pool going up. I feel like the way we've described it in the narrative, it makes more sense for the reserve to be on the left, but then it's confusing for the slider. So
Oh yeah, we can change the order of the pools.
I would lean towards the bug is fixed. Let's move on. I'm sorry.
gotcha.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yep.
Sure.
We can get more user testing and see if we can perfect it. But for now, let's just get it launched.
Okay. This one is fixed as well. Like before, 50% was like 100% here. It was like fulfilled the cylinder, so it's fixed as well. And now I'm working on make this inputs looks like the ones designed by Marco on the wireframe. Like it is not center, but the design is the same of the design before. So the CSS is done, but I have to take a look at the align of the items because it's not center. I think it has some trouble here, but yeah.
Fabio, in this one, the graph you're showing is not the one that was updated by Santi and Sam, right?
It's not.
Yeah, because I'm working on a branch that really don't have that update, but when we put all together, it will work.
Oh, got it.
I think that it's basically it that I want to show. And this one I didn't touch, and also I updated these ones, like the titles of this page are updated. Any questions?
Amazing, man. How many issues did you close? It's like a dozen. I can't even keep up.
Yeah, probably more than like 11, 12. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you, man. Really nice work. Oh, cool. There they are. I'm trying to close them. I would say, please try to merge this to master as soon as you can. So because although no one, you devs might be running all this stuff locally on develop branch, and that's really cool, but the rest of us think that nothing's happening. So
okay, sure. One thing about closing the issues, you really don't have to make it, because when Merlin reviewed the pull request and we merge it, all the issues that are listed here will be closed as well, because it has some keywords here that fixes tree, so the tree will be closed when we merge the pull request.
Cool. Well, yeah, I mean, this is the tough part, is that now, we have I'm hoping that we can push this out to the trusted seed on Christmas as like Christmas present or something. But now I can't see which issues still need to be worked on before it's good enough for the trusted seed.
Oh yeah, makes sense.
which is okay. We can play that game, but hopefully for the next, are people going to be able to come to the next Tuesday call? It's Christmas break.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll be back on Tuesday.
I'll be here.
Marco, you were taking
Not
off.
me. Yeah, not me. I'm taking off.
Anyone else? It sounds like most people can come, but is there anyone else who will not be able to come during the break? Okay, cool. So then what I'd say is, hey, for this next one, let's get everything merged to master by next Tuesday. And
Yeah.
then we can have like last touches during the call next week, and figure out if there's any like huge problems before we release it to all the people for their little Christmas present.
I have one question. Merlin is
Yeah, me
working
too.
in showing the graphs from the backend, right?
What?
Like Merlin, you are working to like merge make the graphs on the simulation appear in the
I can share my screen because I have some question about that. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
I just have one more doubt that like we have our repo in which we are fixing the simulation, and I'm not sure how is it connected to the repo of the front end if like we have to deploy what we are doing in some other place, like to get the results showing to the Christmas.
Can you see my my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah. So here is the graph. It should be like that on the result page. Though at the moment it's like that, but I have some question about the title, because now there's only one curve on a graph. Don't bother that there's no curves. It's because the simulator backend, there's no, I think there's not the update about showing the sentiment and token price.
I
don't know if
I
there's
think you're getting the backend from an older version because it is
okay. Could you send me the right version?
Sure, continue.
Cool, thank you. And so yeah, I have a question. Should we keep this title and on the left these numbers like that? Maybe increase the width of the graph because it's really tiny, and I think it's not really I don't know, but yeah, it could be more clear if we resize that. Yeah, it's open questions, but just to, I don't know what you're thinking.
I think you can make the numbers smaller a little bit, and maybe even do them. Yeah, exactly, like those on the left side, and even those on the bottom, and just give the graph a little bit more space. And if you see, like, if not sure if how you can if you can make the whole column wider a little bit.
Hold that.
Yeah, if you can make it a little bit wider, maybe. I mean, just for larger screens, and then for smaller screens, obviously that scales down and the stuff goes elsewhere.
Could we combine metrics glossary and example chart into one term, because it'll just be like one click, and then the example chart could just show.
Oh, and by the way, Griff, sorry, now I recall. Sorry, I had to interrupt you because on our last call, I think Sam suggested that we actually put the glossary and the example charts into the help pop-up, which we have a help link on the top.
Ah,
So basically,
for now, there's nothing.
yeah. So basically, Merlin, I think like you can remove the metric glossary and the example chart links, and we will put
Okay.
that in the help anyway.
I kind of like the example. Like, I kind of like the example there, or I feel like the metrics glossary might be overstating what we need. All we need is one sentence that says what the funding pool is. And so maybe that one sentence can be just combined with the example chart, and maybe we could move the link to above the graph. Like,
yeah,
be like, what is the funding pool link? And then it just shows the what does a good funding pool graph look like, or something like that. Very clickable and obvious, so that they can educate themselves.
Yeah. So maybe if it's for later for me, because I have no chart to show, and just show just see that maybe add some paddings or here between the members words and the line. I think it could be more. Could be better.
I love your attention to detail. I love those such developers.
That's it. So, and yeah, for the title, should I keep that? Oh, sorry, like that? It's okay.
Yeah, I think it's okay. I'm not sure if we need that green box. Next. Yeah, I don't think we need that one.
Because
and then, like, yeah. Go ahead.
Before there were two curves, and so it was normal to add the box, but now that there is only one curve, it's not really helpful.
I agree. Yeah, make as much space as you can for the graph. Example chart we will keep there. Metric glossary, well, I guess can be in the help pop-up, and yeah, see how you can make it bigger. I think we can trust your decisions. You have the attention to detail.
Okay, cool. Think that's it for my questions. Yeah. So 3.
Anybody have any questions for him? I'm making an issue for that, replacing the box, and I think it'd be cool if we just put those example chart links where that legend is, and maybe rename it to something that's a little bit more asking people to click it, you know? Any other point?
Not related to that.
Vitor, was that you? You can take it.
Oh yeah. I would just like to do a quick show on the progress on the backend and show like how the graphs are behaving. So I think might illustrate something. I would try to share my screen again. 1 second.
Well, Vitor's trying to make that work.
I'm asking to join again.
Yeah, I brought you back in. I'm curious if Vitor, Fabio, Merlin, Santi, maybe we could have like a hack sesh to try to sometime again this week, just to resolve conflicts on merging to master, because I think all of you guys are working on different branches and we're going to have a lot of like challenges. Would you guys be down for that?
Sure. Anytime.
Yeah.
Okay. We made that matrix, the what if matrix, to get sure like what things should happen. Like we talked to Griff about it, like we imagine what should be happening. So like we expected that sentiment should go down sometimes, it was going a little bit up. The price have some downsizes and sometimes. So we got this idea, and then we looked at our results that was happening before, and they were having a few errors. Like in funding pool, it was starting at here, and then it just get a huge step to like 7 something. It was like from 3 something to 7 something. It doesn't make sense in the real comments. Like, and then the sentiment was like going to 0.5 and going almost to 1. It was like really jumping really high in the first steps. It was a little bit weird, and the weirdest one was token price, because like in the first step, it was like the token price was 0.16 and went back to 0.02. And then we kept thinking about it, and I discovered that the problem was that we start with some hatchers. Like in this case, we had like 2 hatchers, and then they are like randomly assigned a sentiment. And the problem is that they might be assigned with a bad sentiment. Imagine a hatcher have like from 0 to 1, they have like 0.2. And I haven't fixed this yet, but it's easy to fix. But the point was that every participant can drop out the comments. If the person drop out, the funding pool goes up, right? So the point is that if a participant with vesting tokens is in the commons, he cannot just drop, and it was not implemented. So what was happening here was that I imagine that we had 2 hatchers, one with good sentiment, one with bad, and the one with bad one was dropping in the commons. So the average was only with the good one, and the token price happened the same because it is related to the collateral pool. So if we have like, imagine kind of half of each hatcher have an amount of collateral pool, if one drops out, the price goes really down. So that was what was going on. I don't know if it's making sense. So one thing that I did was just make it enable to a participant to drop out with vesting. So in here, we have in yellow, we have the same simulation, same random seed, same results, just not enabling hatchers to leave until they have vesting. So basically, like we don't have this ultra up in here, and then it just goes a little bit down. Like doesn't have a huge drop or up. Sentiment 2, one thing that we might fix is that it's kind of down here, because our hatches have an average, like it's a random sentiment, but it should go a little bit up. Like we expect that at least in the beginning, we don't have a hatcher with like 0.2 of sentiment. So we'll fix it. So basically probably go a little bit up, but it will not have this ultra steep up. And the more important in here, token price, it doesn't go down now. Like just keeps like up. I just made like 100 times that, but if we go up, it's gonna be better. One issue in here is that it is going up like forever, because now our exit or buying and selling policies are only related to sentiment. So like imagine that on average sentiment is going up, so people keep like buying more, and then it's not sensitive to the collateral. Like if collateral pool is really high, token price is really high, no one wants to sell. So what Santi and I were talking about and trying to, and we make some issues for that, is trying to make these the speculating sensitive to the token, to the collateral pool. So then we'll have like some gradient of people trying to speculate, and then this will affect the collateral pool. Because today what we have a policy that kind of emulate the speculating, but only within one-time steps. So it doesn't affect the collateral. Imagine that in one day, people buy and sell the same amount, so it doesn't affect the collateral pool, just adds to the funding pool. But the idea is to impact the collateral pool as well. So if the token price is really high, it can go down because people are gonna sell, and it will still be sensitive to sentiment. So like if a lot of good proposals get active, people might buy more and this stuff. So the idea is to make it more sensitive to the sentiment and the collateral at the same time. So we expect to have it like going up and then trying to stabilize in not that high.
Nice.
I think
I do want to give people a chance if they have to go to another call or need to run. It is the top of the hour, so you don't want to be mean to your other people. I can stay another 5 minutes, I think. I'm looking at my calendar and it's not loading. But to finish this discussion, but does anyone need to run?
Is there any reason it would be beneficial for Lauren and I to participate in this? Otherwise, we'll jump into the narrative and start making issues.
Yeah, not. I don't know. I think you'll be fine jumping in the narrative.
Okay, thanks.
Bye, guys. Okay, cool. So, and thank you guys. Sorry for going long. So this is nice. The other thing I would say is that we want to make, like, in reality, at the time of the hatch, there is 100% vesting. So as a speculator, I would be very excited to buy that token because I know no one can sell. So we should see the price jump at the beginning because no one can sell. People can only buy. And that's a very nice opportunity for speculators.
Okay.
So I don't know. I think that means that, like, this, if there is 100% vesting, speculators should do this. And then when vesting starts, before vesting starts, speculators should sell.
Got it. Because in the simulation right now, what's going on is that, like, you set up the initial amount of hatchers, and then they have like 100% hatch vesting, but like after that, like in the next time steps, they don't have vesting. So you say, like, at the beginning, it should like go up because people see that cannot go, like, the price cannot go less than at the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then as there's more time steps, then then there's still 100% vesting for a while, and then the vesting should slowly decrease. And right before that vesting slowly decrease, speculators are going to sell because they're like, oh, new money will enter the market.
Okay.
Does
so
that also...
kind of a correlation between, like, people buying and the amount of vested.
Yeah.
Okay.
The question, does that mean when vesting is over, like completely over, the price will most probably drop like huge because, like, everybody will sell or something like that?
Not if their sentiment is high. If if the hatcher's sentiment remains high, then they might buy more.
That's the idea of, like, trying to make it, like, trying to make the buy and sell correlated to the sentiment and the collateral, so we can kind of have the balance between those two.
But
yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
It's basically like the floating supply. The like token supply, the available supply starts going up. So there's a percentage of people who will sell, but that percentage is dependent on the sentiment of those people, right? So, well, great work, man. Major
Thanks.
fixes, making the graphs actually look like they're supposed to.
And just on point, like, Senti did a few changes too, so to improve the sentiment, so they are impacting here too. So it's merits of him too.
Great.
I think that's it. I'll just stop sharing my screen.
Cool. So then what I would say is, hey, is there a chance that people could meet on Christmas Eve on the 24th to merge stuff to main? It's kind of like an extra hack sesh to see if we can get this out to, if I can start showing it to people.
I'm fine with that.
Merlin, sure. Fabio, would you guys be around on Christmas Eve, sorry?
Yeah. Sorry, it's for Tuesday or
Thursday?
Thursday. I will not be here. Sorry, with the family, and so
Yeah, that's why I'm checking. No, that's great. Well, what about Wednesday? Is that possible? Tomorrow?
I think tomorrow is better, but
yeah.
both days are okay.
Merlin, you're in France, right?
Yeah.
I could, and Vitor's in Brazil. Fabio, you're in Brazil as well, right?
Yep.
What about 3 o'clock Europe time, 9 a.m. Ecuadorian time? Would Merlin,
Yeah,
would you be?
that's
So 9 a.m.
9 a.m. Ecuadorian time. 3 p.m.
Don't know what. Oh, 3 p.m. Yeah, it's okay.
Vitor, Fabio?
sure.
It's okay for me.
Yeah? Okay, cool. Then we'll have, I hope to lock down 2 hours because I know that I've seen this have so many problems before. We have so many work streams and it just takes time to get everything merged. So let's have a hack sesh. Okay, cool. I put in the calendar and I'll send the calendar invite to everyone in the Telegram channel. Is there any, does anyone have any last things that need to be covered before we break?
No.
Okay.
I
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. And I'll see many of you tomorrow.
Bye,
guys.
everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
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 Goodbye, everyone.